and welcome to this iris2 tutorial video. In the previous video, we saw how to display an array of structures obtained after the inversion of multiple raster files with iris2. As you can see, we inverted 5 iris level 2 raster files, and here are the map corresponding to these raster files. Maybe we are just interested in to show this map and this map. This is particularly interesting when you have a sit and stare. You have a collection, let's say, of 100 raster files of 8-step rasters, each of these files, and maybe you are interested in a portion of these 100 files. So then you just want to display a selection of the inverted raster files. Of course, here you can always do something like that. Let's say I'm interested in the selection 2 and 3. You can always select as an array the components in this array. However, I think it's more interesting to use this keyword, raster cell, for raster selection, and you say here the index of the maps of the files you want to display. As you know, in IDL, the first index is 0, and that's go on. So for example, this could be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm interested, let's say, in the map 1 and 3. So then I type here 1 and 3. And let's see what's happened now. Again, the data has been unwrapped, let's say in this way, and now it's showing just only 2 maps. The map corresponding to the second file with index 1 and to the fourth file with index 3 in the array of structures. Again, the behavior is exactly the same than before, but now when you store a position, let's say that you are storing this position where the mouse is. I'm gonna click just to show you where the mouse is, but I have to click here again to store the position. So let's see that the mouse is there, and I store this position by pressing S for storing. Okay, so I store this position. This position is position X and Y 18308 in the image. Okay, this is the position in the image that it is displayed in the screen. If I now go to another position in the second map, for example here, and store this position in the display image is the position 405,178. However, these positions have their own position in the file that it was used to recover this model atmosphere. So now, if I type Q for quitting, and I show you the structures contained in the output of this command. Remember that the output was sending the output. The command was sending the output to the variable cell for selection. If I now type cell, you will see there is an array of 2 structures because I selected 2 points. Okay, so now if I type help selection cell 0, here you will see these variables in the structure. Here is the location in the displayed image, and here is the location in the raster file, because that was the first image of the selected file. The position is the same. Another important variable is this. Of course, the output contains not only the position, but the model atmosphere at that position, the uncertainty at that positions, and other important variables for understanding the results. Okay, but what is important as well is to know, okay, I click in this position, but this position comes from a file, an inverted file, and here is the name of that file. As you can see now, that file corresponds to the second feeds file in the list that has index 1, either in the name or in the list, because IDL start indexing by 0. So if I show you now the second position that I selected, you will see that now the display image, the position of the selected point in the displayed image correspond to these values, but is different to the position in the raster file. This is the position that is important because this position corresponds to the location of that pixel in this file, that in this case is the fourth file in the list, what is given by this number. So just giving this keyboard allow us to have a consistent meaning of the selected position. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and you now see how to the power of show_iris2 model to analyze and interpret the model atmosphere recovered by iris2. Thank you and bye.